Hello everybody, Ghostblade 1062 here with another passenger rolling stock review. Today, we will be reviewing a Piko Expert line Deutsche Bundesbahn BUM 232 second class express passenger car that I had picked up at the Hobbytech booth at Supertrain this year. It is part of an excursion train that I am building. And now we will move on to the unboxing. Alright, starting with a look at the box. We have the Piko logo in the top right here, as well as their Expert line branding on the bottom center. Looking at the bottom of the box, we have an age restriction warning telling us this product is not recommended for anyone under the age of 14. And looking through the clear plastic front window, we get a nice first view of the car. The right side and top of the box don't have any additional information. However, the left-hand side of the box does. Here at the top, we have the Piko logo, and beneath that we have the product barcode, followed by the product item ID, this being 59622. It is an express second-class passenger car of the type BUM 232 from the Deutsche Bundesbahn. It is an Era 4 car, and it is road number 518022-40 453-8, and then here we have a line drawing of the car. On the back of the box, we have a little bit of information about Piko as a manufacturer, including their 3 product lines and their contact information as well as address. And now to open up the box, we first got to remove this sticky tab that is sealing the box. And now we can pull out the plastic cradle, as well as the documentation that comes included with the car. Included, we have this baggie of separately fitted steps that we will be attaching in the assembly portion of the video. We also have included this catalog of Piko's new releases and advertisements for their various types of product, including their building kits, track, and DCC setup. Then we have this Piko catalog advertisement, another catalog, and finally, we have the instruction booklet for attaching the steps, as well as this contains a list of spare and replacement parts for the car. As for the car itself, it is sitting in this two-piece plastic cradle for which the top slides right off. And it is inlaid in a softer plastic to help preserve the paint. And here is the car itself. And next, we will move on to the assembly section of the video. Okay, onto the assembly. So, for this car we have 4 separately fitted steps that will need to be mounted on the bottom of the car, right underneath the doorways. And these have a quite tight hold to them, so they don't require any glue. That's step number 1, and as you can see, I can lift the car up by the step, showing how tight of a hold it really has. There we go, that's step number 2. Now for the other end of the car. Good, and now on to the last one. There we go. That is all 4 steps installed on the car, which means now we can move on to the detail overview portion of the video. Okay, starting at this end of the car, we have our tail lights on either side of the doorway, which has clear plastic to view inside. We also have our walkway plank here that can fold down. On the prototype would fold down in between cars to allow passengers to cross between cars. And right here we have some printing, though I can't get a clear shot of it. That gives us the road number. As well as some other information. Moving on to the side here, we can see our separately fitted step right beneath the door. The door has a a separately painted door handle, along with a separately painted handrail. The windows also have a nice silver separately painted outline and are nice and see-through, allowing us to see into the car and into the individual compartments, which could be filled up with figures of passengers. We also have this blocked out window where a bathroom would normally be. Looking at the truck, we have some good detailing for the suspension and brakes, though there isn't a lot of detailing here as this is an older style car, so we don't have all the air braking detailing that you would see on more modern cars. Moving further towards the center of the car, we have the Deutsche Bundesbahn logo, and beneath that we have the road number, this being 5180-22-40-453-8, and it is a BUM 232 type car. Along the bottom frame here we have some capacity information of the car. And here we have our emergency release valve. On the sides of the doors, we also have a number 2 painted on, depicting that this is a second-class car. And looking at the other end of the car as well as the other side, we see much of the same detailing. Though looking into the windows on this side, we see that we actually have a hallway, this separating and allowing access to the individual cabins within the car. Looking at the roof, we don't have much detailing here. However, we do have some nice detailing on the underside of the car, including the ribbed frame work, as well as brake line detailing, and this reservoir for waste right here, as well as an air reservoir and brake lines going along the bottom full length of the car. And next, what we will do is move on to the rip track segment, where I will check to see if the wheels are engaged. Okay, time for the rip track segment of this video. Here we are going to check with the NMRA standards gauge to see if the axles are engaged, starting with the truck closest to me. And both axles are engaged. Now for the rear truck. Both axles are also engaged. I will, however, not be changing out the couplers on this car, as I intend this to be a unit train that will not be getting switched out. Hence, the standard loop coupling that comes on the car is fine, though it is nicely sprung and returns to center properly. on both sides. And next, we will take the car over to the track for a test run. Alright everybody, this concludes my review of the Piko Expert Line HO Scale Deutsche Bundesbahn 4th Era BUM 232 Second Class Express Passenger Car. All in all, it is a very beautiful model. The paint on it is very well done. There was no overspray around the windows where we have the separate paint. So the window lining is nice and crisp. The writing was clear and legible. It ran great on the track as part of a train. It was very stable in the corners. And it has a very good weight to it. All in all, a very good addition for my steam excursion train that I am building, and it is a product that I would highly recommend. That being said, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like or a comment, and subscribe for more model railroad content. Have a great day, everybody!